People are saying R&B is dead after that verses with Morion and Mario, but man, it's not dead. It's not dead, bro.
Is that the reason? I didn't know that was the reason they were saying that.
Well, the thing is this: it's like after that, people are kind of like looking at R&B and feeling like I don't know, like it's not as good as it used to be. I feel like it's like it was as soon as that happened, then people are starting to comment about R&B, but it's not dead, bro.
Good. Yeah, it's not really. I need to find more R&B to listen to.
Hell yeah.
I just don't have the time to sit down and listen to music no more with work, school, being a husband, being a dad, just daily life. I don't really get a chance to, but
check out that playlist I sent you.
Yeah. I've been listening to it.
Yeah,
it's solid. There's some good stuff.
It's got some pretty good guys. I mean, so just a quick announcement. Xavier Omar, we were talking about him. He dropped his EP earlier this week. It's actually pretty solid. It's pretty good.
Yeah, dude is nice. I've been listening to him 2016, 2017 when I first moved to San Antonio was when I really heard of him.
San Antonio's own.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out to Xavier, man. Keep doing what you're doing. He should be bigger than what he is, but, more popular.
He's got some good collabs, though. I know he's got a couple songs with some big names.
Don't he got a song with her? Or was it? Or Jasmine Sullivan? Which one of those? He got a song with one of those. Her?
I know, but I know there's some good collabs. I just don't know. Yeah, you could be right. It could be her.
No Name. No Name is underrated
No
too.
Name.
That's who I was thinking of. No Name. She's very underrated, bro. You need to check her out if you haven't listened to her.
Check her out. Nah, right now there's some. It's just different because there's a lot of, I feel, some underrated R&B artists. It's like the ones you really have to look for. So like there's ones like Division.
It's solid.
Aaron Ray. Have you heard of him? Aaron Ray.
No, haven't heard of Aaron Ray.
He's killing it.
The thing about R&B is it's kind of like that. That's the genre right now because they're not really pushing the R&B. Like the genre is a lot of the best artists are the ones that are low key. Like Brent Faiyaz for a long time.
Hey, man. I love his stuff.
Until he was on that song with Gold Link.
I love his stuff.
He's amazing, bro.
So, I know you know
my
about
favorite, Bryson Tiller.
Bryson Tiller? Yeah, man. Hey, man.
Yeah, it's my favorite artist, but he barely dropped music. Dude is hella talented.
That's true, man. He goes for these like long stretches without dropping any projects. You're right.
Yeah. But he is very talented, bro. Like Tory Lanez is like a hybrid, but he's super talented as well.
True.
So it's a lot of those are like the big names, but the better R&B are the names that aren't that popular.
So have you heard of Masega?
Yes.
Yeah. Dude. He's literally living my dream because he could play the sax, he could sing. I used to play the saxophone. Yeah, way back when.
Yeah. Oh, for real?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I used to play the saxophone. That's all. Like when I listen to him, I'm like, bro, this guy's great, and he's singing. He can sing good, man. He got some good collabs too. I got to send you some of his stuff.
Yeah, I think the song I heard with him, he was a feature, I believe. I may be mistaken, or he had someone else on there, but that's it. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's good.
Always this thing about R&B, like I'll hear a lot of songs and forget the artist's name, but there's this one guy that he does like more of a blues type of R&B, but it's amazing. I forgot his name.
So let me ask you this: are you more trap soul, or are you more like old school R&B, or are you more like the neo soul thing, like the Erykah Badu, like the
Bro, that's a difficult question.
Yeah.
I like it all. Bryson Tiller's my favorite artist, so I lean towards that kind. And that's when I used to make music, that's the type of music I pretty much, wrote and tried to make as well. And that's before I knew Bryson Tiller was. I felt the shift coming. I felt like when Drake, I felt the tide coming back when I was writing a lot of music for other people. I felt the change coming, bro. Yeah, Drake started it. Some kind of change where he had these hybrids in R&B. Let me and my wife have this debate all the time. Is Drake really R&B? Does Drake really make R&B music? He has R&B songs. Like she doesn't think so, but he does, and he writes R&B records for other people. But I felt that the times were going to change, and I tried to cater my music towards that.
So it's more like the rap and R&B kind of like fused together, kind of like that feel. But it's like you're singing a little bit more. Is that what you're saying?
Melodic. Yeah, I changed. I went from a hardcore rapper to more of a melodic.
Melodic.
I know I'm saying that wrong. Yeah. Using different flows and cadences, manipulate my voice to because I'm not the best singer, but I know how to make my voice sound good. But yeah, I lean towards the trap soul, but I love it all. I love the '90s R&B. I even love the early 2000s, like the Bobby Valentinos. Like I still listen to
Bobby
his own music, bro. Like
I still listen to Lloyd. I still listen to Mario.
Lloyd.
Yeah.
Yep.
But so let's get back to talking about like R&B is dead. I know there was who someone had quoted it. It was like Diddy or somebody like that.
Yeah, I saw it today when Diddy was on live with Tory Lanez, and they're talking about R&B is dead.
So the thing about this, that versus between Mario and Mario, obviously it was one of the most viewed verses ever, but obviously like Mario bodied the whole thing.
It didn't meet the expectations.
It really didn't.
Marion didn't. Yeah, he's not a good. I'm not gonna say that. He was a good live performer, but I don't think his vocals can compete with Mario.
But that's the thing. As you're watching,
he's more of like he could dance and all that.
As you're watching the verses, they have Sammy there, they have Bobby V, they have who else? They have Ray J, and we listen to them. I'm like, man, this is what they really sound like. Come on, bro.
I think a lot of them just got older and haven't sung for a while. I mean, you really can lose if you don't. I learned when I stopped making music for a while. I still don't make music, but I learned that you kind of lose that feeling. You kind of lose that cadence, your delivery. It goes away if you're not. It's like a muscle. If you're not working out, you're gonna lose it, right? So that's kind of how it is. Especially when they doing drugs and smoking and doing it'll mess your vocal.
That's true. That's true. So the way I think of it is this: when we're thinking of like all those artists that were at that versus, mainly from the 2000s, right? So when I think of the other artists like the Tanks, the Genuines, the Ushers, I think of when we think of the 90s, I feel like they have more talent. I feel like they have more of their voices, carrying more because they didn't have Autotune. Like they weren't using Autotune like back in those times.
Well, they weren't using Autotune of what people think Autotune is. They definitely were, it was adjustments to their voice, but that's just to make it album sound good on the radio, sound good through the speakers. That doesn't mean they can't sing. It's just, and it sounds better everyone sounds better when their voice is enhanced a little bit. Yeah, but it's not that they can't sing. But I get exactly what you're saying. But I think the early 2000s singers, I think some of them could really sing. Like I think Mario could really sing. I think Chris Brown could really sing. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of people that
TPain could really sing. If you ever heard him.
TPain. Yeah, I heard him without the Autotune. I think people forget Autotune is a tool to enhance what you already do well. It's not something you really use if you don't sound good. Now, Lil Wayne and Kanye West kind of made it to what it is today, right? Because they aren't singers.
They use it for like a lot of their vocals. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just a tool. If it's kind of like you could give anybody a basketball, I don't mean they can shoot it.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
they need to put in the
I think that's how
work to develop the skill to shoot the ball. Yeah. The way they would shoot the ball.
Exactly. So I think where it changed, where the concept or the idea of Autotune kind of changed, is when Kanye West and Lil Wayne started using it a lot. That kind of changed how it was supposed to be used into something else.
I feel what you're saying, because when I think of this, like T-Pain, he used like the special effect on his voice. He really didn't use it to like make his singing sound better. He just, kind of like that special
robotic sound.
Yeah, the robotic sound of his voice. Whereas I think, those singers from the 2000s, I feel like they use the auto-tune to kind of like help their pitch and their sound a lot more. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, it changed. Now today, people are just using it as it's part of the instrumental. It's part of the beat. Like that's how they're using it. Which is nothing wrong with it. It's kind of cool that created a new genre of music, bro. Like it's crazy how things change over time. But back to the R&B thing, I still think people in the early like I still think a lot of them could sing. But like I said, live performance and in the studio performance are two different things.
Yeah,
man.
You're right.
You in the studio, you can keep redoing something till you get it the way you want to do it. When you're performing live, you mess up. It is what it is. You got to keep going, right? So that's how I look at it.
And that's another thing too. It just slipped from my mind, but his name, I forgot his name, that one singer. But it was during the same week the Verses happened at the BET Awards while he was singing into the mic, and the Autotune during the performance, it went off on him. He's singing. He's singing to the mic. And it's like, what's going on? He's freaking out. I forgot his name. Yeah. For those who are watching, drop it in the comments. I completely forgot his name. The song's called "Heartbreak Anniversary," but I can't remember his name.
And I watched the BET Awards.
It starts with a G. Remember. Gideon, something like that.
Giveon.
Yeah.
Giveon, and he's nice.
Yeah,
though. He makes really good songs.
Bro, you gotta watch that.
I'm gonna check it out.
The
afterwards.
look on his face is priceless. He's looking at his mic, and the mic is like, "Well, you're on your own now, buddy."
Poor Giveon, man, because he's very unique. He's very unique.
Well, so you got to watch the video, and then there's someone who does an explanation on it. They said like when he was switching pitches or switching tones or whatever, like the mic couldn't read it properly, and whoever was controlling the auto tune during the performance, they like messed up or something. Yeah,
that's embarrassing,
right?
Well, I'm sure he'll bounce back.
Yeah, man. No, it's cool. It's embarrassing on live TV like that.
Yeah, it happens. You know it's gonna be on the internet forever.
Mm-hmm. They made all kinds of memes.
Kind of like Will Smith trying to bounce back from slapping Chris Rock, bro. It's solidifying history, bro. It's too late. You shouldn't have done it. You know? Yeah. But yeah, what do you think about today's R&B singers? Do you think they can sing? I think Bryson Tiller could really sing. I think Tory Lanez can actually. I think he can sing as well. I think he's more of a. I think he can sing live, but I think he's better. Obviously, recording his voice in the studio. So I think he can sing live.
As far as like R&B singers, there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot more in the game right now than there ever has been. Like you have like artists who I think could sing almost perfectly. It's Lucky Day. His voice goes crazy.
He's nice,
and he has a lot of styles too, bro. A lot of styles.
That boy
his stuff is nice.
Yeah. He's very nice at it.
Like he has like he could give you like that old school feel, like that kind of like that old school, I'd say like 70s, 80s, and then he'll give you like the neo soul, and then he'll give you like kind of like today's R&B. Guy's nice. Yeah. What?
Do you think R&B is oversaturated? Do you think that's the problem?
As far as like there are too many artists in there right now?
There's too many artists, but it's not really any one particular artist in the lead. It's for males. The females have their, it's clear cut who's at the top of the females. I mean, R&B wise, but the newer males is kind of because I mean, when I think of R&B, I think of her. You know what I mean?
Like her, Jasmine Sullivan, maybe even
I think of them. Like
Summer Walker,
but them. But when it's come from the males, it's like who do you really think of?
Who's at the
when
top
you think
right
of
now?
Modern R&B, yeah.
If it's like so just R&B, they're just singing. There's no different like their act.
Just R&B.
Because if I think at the top, I mean Chris Brown, but I mean he raps.
I can't count.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he raps. He dances. I'm talking about newer. I'm talking about people that came out in the last 5 years. 5 years. Because that'll put us right. I'll say we can even give it 10 years. That put us 2012.
2012. That's a good question. Who came out?
I can't.
So artists like Lucky Day, Jacquees. Who else came out in the last 10 years?
Can we count The Weeknd? Is he more of a pop star now?
Weeknd's he's way more pop now. I mean, his earlier stuff and his stuff now, night and day difference, bro.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But when you become that big of a star, you kind of, gotta cater to a larger audience.
But so, what about this? I know we're asking a lot of questions back and forth, but I like this topic. What about this R&B when they're like doing the retro kind of sound? when they're doing kind of like that. It's slowed down, like the '80s feel. Like I wouldn't say it's like '80s, but it's like
I know what you mean. Yeah,
I guess it's like Silk Sonic, like Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars.
yeah,
like
solid.
Yeah, I like
they are fire, bro. Fire. Bruno, yeah, I would say Bruno was doing it. He's been doing that for a while. Now.
Yeah,
That's been his whole style, really.
Mm-hmm.
Since he's been doing that for like what, since 2000, 16, 17? He's been putting that kind of music.
Like 16, yeah, 26. He did like a whole album kind of like that. And Anderson .Paak kind of built himself. I forgot about Bruno.
Oh yeah, but yeah, Anderson he came up under Dr. Dre. He's been around for a long time. It's just recently where he's really, blowing up.
I got you.
But he's been around for a while, actually. He's been around for over about a decade now, really. I think I first heard of him it had to be 2013 at least when I first heard of him.
2013?
Yeah, I was listening to him early, bro. This is back when I'm, like I said, young. I'm not in a serious relationship. I was making music. All I did was listen to music. Like, I had so much time to listen to music that I knew so many artists. And I was that guy that always knew who the artist was before they blew up. And he was one of them. But I've been listening to him for a while, or heard of him for a while.
No, I didn't hear about him not too long ago, but 2013, that's a good while ago, like 9 years ago. But as far as like who's on top R&B male wise, yeah,
I don't know. I can't answer that, bro.
That is a good question to pose because I feel like it's always changing. Like someone new is always coming out. There's a thing,
yeah,
or someone you've never heard.
It's probably due to my, it's more of it for the people listening. It's probably more of my ignorance because, like I said earlier, I don't have the time to sit there and just listen to music all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably due to my ignorance, but people can leave in the comment section or however you guys can communicate with us. Y'all could probably answer that question. I have no idea. So
yeah,
I just been listening. I mostly listen to a lot of underground rap right now. Because I'm typically picky with my R&B. So, I look for R&B. I look for the artists I always listen to, and that's the music I'm going to listen to. So I kind of don't really listen to new artists unless somebody suggests them or tell me to listen to them. Then I'll check them out.
True.
I don't really even look for R&B like that anymore because it's just, for me, it's just it's somebody else, or it's always something new. It's always somebody else.
Because it's like
it's just hard to keep
today.
up.
You don't even have to be signed to like a big label anymore to get your projects out. You can pretty much do the project yourself and it'll go like Billboard easy. Like everybody will hear it. But so for me, I think on top right now, who's been getting a lot of listens is definitely Lucky Day, Division. Man,
I love Division.
Division is dope. He's fire. That man really made a song about if we could just have sex with her, everything will be better. I'm like, man, that's crazy.
That's what happens when you got too much time on your hands. All you're doing is writing music.
That's what I'm saying.
I like Party Next Door too, but he's kind of like the same thing as Bryson. He just don't put music out. Yeah. When they drop, it's fire, but they just don't put it out.
I gotta listen to more stuff from. I don't know if he's put out anything recently, but Eric Bellinger. I haven't heard.
I like Eric Bellinger.
Yeah, I haven't heard some stuff from.
I haven't heard much from him since 2018.
Damn.
Is the last time he had a song I really liked. 2018 is actually when I first met my wife. She didn't like the song. She said it wasn't R&B, but she's super picky. Super R&B.
Yeah, I could send you some stuff. I don't know if you've ever heard of who else is really good right now? Amber Mark. She's fire.
Never heard of her?
You got to listen to her. Amber Mark's pretty fire.
Check it out. I'll check her out.
Yeah.
Like anytime somebody suggests something to me, I'll always listen to it.
Yeah, her style is kind of like different. She did a remake, or not a remake to Cisco's Thong Song. Her version's pretty good.
Definitely gotta check that out then.
Yeah.
I'll check that out then.
Yeah. But man, I couldn't tell you who's on top, but I just listen just to see who's doing good at the time and just to find different artists that I'll eventually like and I could put other people on to.
Yeah. Yeah. Once like I said, I had my set of artists that I go to, and I don't, because like I said, I don't have the time. I don't feel like finding new artists anymore, man. I just got too much going on. But I have my select few artists that I just, those are the R&B artists. I know I know they're going to deliver, and when they drop something, so that's how it is. But yeah, definitely. Since we running this podcast now, anybody who suggests anything, I would definitely listen.
For sure. I mean, that's what it's all about. Just open to open to suggestions, open to any type of artist y'all wanted to listen to, and we'll shout them out.